I didn't have any credit. I didn't have any cash. So I had to get very creative in what I was doing. I began studying, okay, how can I acquire real estate with no money and no cash? One of the things that I began to master is a technique called subject to investing. And so I was taking over properties like clockwork. So my first deal, I made $3,500. The next deal, I made 10. The next deal, I made 26,000, and on and so forth. I've made six figures in off of 2 or 3 deals easy. I've made 6 figures off of 1 deal.
Do you find it's important for people to have mentorships?
Wisdom comes in 2 different ways. It's either borrowed knowledge, someone teach you a mentor, and or the process. Now, wisdom is balancing those 2. And so for me, I like mentors because a mentor can tell you where to go or where not to go.
What do you feel like some of the foundational principles that enabled you to become successful that you still use now?
Being quick to hear, so to speak. For me, I learn more when I'm listening.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the On the Pursuit podcast. We interview 6, 7, 8-figure entrepreneurs, even 9-figure entrepreneurs. I had the opportunity to interview my first 9-figure entrepreneur a couple of months ago. And I'm sitting next to what's soon to be a 9-figure entrepreneur as well. So we're in Dallas today. You know, got on a plane, flew out here. I feel like it's very, very important for y'all that are watching this and even listening to this to make sure you put action behind your words. And you know, we live in a society right now. Everything's so quick, online, digital, social media. But there's nothing like actually meeting somebody. You know, putting that effort, driving out, flying out, doing whatever you need to do to break bread and come together. And today's someone that we've been building a lot online. Yeah. And, you know, it's been very organic. And he invited me to come to the studio. So we're here in Dallas shooting a new episode of the podcast. And I'm super excited to share our messaging and our conversation with you guys, Mr. LaDale Buggs.
What's up, baby? How you doing, Ty?
To the podcast,
Good to see you, baby.
Good to see you, man. Good to see you, bro.
Let's get it, man.
This has been great, man. Let's just get down to it, bro.
I'll let him.
Get down to it. So, family man, entrepreneur father, right? You also spent some time in politics.
A little bit,
right?
Yeah.
And you're someone that spends a lot of time in real estate, investing, looking over opportunities, and even M&A, right?
That's correct.
So how did you first start your journey into entrepreneurship?
Yeah.
And what did that transition look like?
Good, man. I had always been a person that liked to solve problems. And so when I was...
You mean innate, like naturally?
Yeah, naturally, yeah.
Okay.
When I was 17 years old, my Uncle Gary, who still lives to this day, introduced me to a term called cash flow, or passive income, or residual income. I said, oh, what is that? He said, well, something that you do one time, but you get paid over and over again. I said, well, why am I going to college? I ain't learned how to do that. Now, I did go to college. I do have a college degree, but I began to research business models that generate passive or cash flow income. I started on the real estate. I studied Robert Kraft, who owns the New England Patriots, Jerry Jones, Sean Puffy Cohen, 50 Cent, everybody. And I said, man, they had something in common. They all had real estate. And I said, okay, cool. So I began to kind of see what was going on. This is like in 2005. But I kind of saw the debacle that was coming in 2008.
Yeah.
And so I said, this financing doesn't make any sense. Whenever a bank is saying, hey, put down less than 1% and we get the rest of the money, that's kind of asinine. That didn't make any sense. So I said, something is about to happen.
That's the signal.
Ready.
Yeah.
And so when the whole bottom fell out in 2008, people were running from the chaos. I was running to it. And I bought probably about $7 million worth of real estate in about 1 year.
So you say people were running from the chaos and you was running to it. That's because you spotted opportunity.
Correct.
But you were also in position to take advantage of opportunity.
That's correct.
Right? So what were some of the things that had you in position, right? Because a lot of people were, losing their shirts.
Sure.
During that time. So how were you able to put yourself in position to take advantage of what you saw was the opportunity?
Good question. Now, I didn't have any credit. I didn't have any cash. So I had to get very creative in what I was doing. And so I began studying, okay, how can I acquire real estate with no money and no cash? But one of the things that I began to master is a technique called subject to investing. And that means you're acquiring a property subject to the six and financing standing in place. And so I was taking over properties like clockwork. I mean, sometimes for no money at all. Maybe $100, or I'll catch up the payments. And when I began doing that, man, I think I bought one portfolio of about 8 properties in Kansas City, Missouri for $0. I took over 2.5% interest rates, And I began charging 10%. So I was making money in the bank.
So break down the subject too real quick, right? Because that's a strategy that can still be used today.
Correct.
Right? So how would someone with no money down, using that strategy, acquire some property today?
Well, that's called a distressed scenario.
Okay.
Typically, someone is actually upside down or really behind on their mortgage payments, 2, maybe 3 months. Those are called arrears. When they're behind on the arrears, they're getting letters from their bank saying, yo, we got to do something about this or we're going to foreclose on the property. Those are called pre-foreclosures. Typically what happens is most individuals don't know how to locate those properties. I mastered that skill to locate those. So I was talking directly to the decision maker, to the homeowner themselves. I'd come in, negotiate a deal to where I can catch you up, take over on some of the property as well, and you can give you a little cash as well if I need to, and then you can move on. Some of the times, the investors were in California, but the homes were in Missouri or North Carolina. They didn't want to do nothing with them at all. So I said, just give them over to me and I'll take care of them. So they would literally sign over their properties over to me, literally for zero cash. And
just to unload it?
Yeah, just unload it. Yeah. And I would go from, I think when I bought the properties of 8, there was 8 in Missouri and 2 in North Carolina. So it was a total of 10. So that was around about $4 million worth of real estate. So I went from $0 in that transaction to being worth $4 million.
What's the conversation sound like when you're approaching a homeowner that is in arrears, that may be, distressed situation, and you're presenting a subject to opportunity to them? Well, because I'm assuming they've never been presented with that, right? So what's that like?
Typically what happens is I ask them, okay, how'd you get behind? Number 1. And number 2, what are you needing to do? What's really the pain point? Once you locate the true need, you can properly prescribe the right solution. Most individuals go into wanting to talk first. I go into basically wanting to listen. Now I do have some marketing that I should do to get their attention, which is fine. And am I compete with people most of the time? Typically, no, I'm not. Because I get the attention of the homeowner so early that there's no one even talk to them. It's just me. That's really with mastering the art of marketing. That's it. And I've been able to do that.
Yeah. So that's pretty interesting. So you leveraged that opportunity, acquired real estate, and that was one way that you started getting into like the cash flow.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
So as you started to increase, your acquiring of properties, what other opportunity did you see?
Well, I saw that I could graduate over to multifamily apartment complex. I own a couple of apartment complexes in Michigan, which is good. And I'm looking at acquiring at least 4 or 5 additional ones as well. I got a new construction as well. I own an entire subdivision, and I'm building probably around 1,000 homes right near a SEC school. Okay. Which is great for us. Yeah. I love college towns.
Yeah, I mean, any place to live, bro.
Towns. Yeah. I've been approached by a well-known HBCU as well about doing some construction of housing for their campus.
Okay, yeah.
So it's just whenever you become good at something and begin to really broker those good relationships, people seek out excellence. I always say,
take notice.
If you present value, money will always chase you every single time. So as I present value, money chases me.
So when did you start investing?
I was in college. So my first deal, I made $3,500. It was a simple wholesale deal. All it was. And in college, $3,500 is a lot of money.
100%. So wholesaling, you're basically, you was broker in the situation.
Exactly.
Kind of like in the middle.
I was a broker, exactly. That's what it was. So I said, okay, cool. And so drinks were on me that night. The next deal, I made 10. Next deal,
$10,000.
$10,000, yeah, 10K. The next deal, I made $26,000. And on and so forth. I've made 6 figures in off of 2 or 3 deals easy. I've made 6 figures off of 1 deal. Easy. And typically when I actually acquire real estate, I take home cash when I acquire it.
Gotcha. Yeah.
When I sell it.
And that's how you're structuring those deals.
Yes.
So you can cash out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
For me, the whole thing is you make the money when you actually buy.
100%.
Not when you sell.
Yeah, I've heard that.
And so for me, I love buying below wholesale. Most people know how to buy properties at wholesale.
At wholesale, yeah.
I'm buying it very below wholesale.
Yeah.
Oh.
And that's obviously a strategy and art within itself.
That's correct.
Right? So you're looking at the numbers, you're looking at the situation. I assume you're very intentional on, the number that you need to hit to get that result, right? That's so then you can leave with cash in the beginning because you know what numbers you need to be at.
Correct.
Yeah. So as you're growing that business, and obviously you're looking for other opportunity for you to invest, you create a space for you to invest in others,
Sure.
right?
Correct.
And what's that looking like?
It's going well for me. I don't like bringing on employees. I like positioning somebody to partner with me and allowing them to build their company, providing the service itself. Because you can't pass on a job to your children, but a business you can.
100%.
And so for me, I have very little employees, but I have a lot of partnerships.
Yeah.
I like that type of reality because I get to assist in building legacies with other individuals.
And what's good about partnerships, so I interviewed this entrepreneur a couple of days ago. Her name is Lisa Song Sutton. Okay. And she's in different industries. Real estate, private equity, funding. She opened up some mailbox stores. Okay. But what I found was very consistent in her business relationships, and you just kind of hit on it, is the partnerships. So she would be entering like different areas and may not necessarily be the most knowledgeable. Yeah. But she would identify, okay, this is an opportunity. Yeah. So how can I get in this space? Maybe there's someone that's already operating in this space that has the knowledge. Yeah. Missing these resources. I can come in, we could partner. It's an opportunity. So, I mean, to your point, those partnerships actually, like you said, it enriches the entire relationships, but it also allows you to kind of bring in your area of expertise. The other person does the same thing. Yeah. And things kind of move a little bit faster.
They do. Yeah. Whenever you actually even the playing field with your partnerships to where everyone cash is flowing. My rich dad named Presley Swaggerty, he taught me a lot about business. He said, LaDale, in any business model, if cash flow is not flowing, there will be no business. If cash is flowing, you have a vibrant business. Yeah. So I have to make sure that the deal works well for everybody. Yeah. So that's how I've been successful at being able to do that.
So you just mentioned your rich dad. Yeah. So how did you acquire this rich dad?
He was actually my high school basketball coach.
And I assume you taking like a lesson from the book, Rich Dad Poor Dad.
I am, but he was my high school basketball coach. His name was Presley Swaggerty. You're welcome to look him up. And he lives here locally in Dallas. And I saw him go from a beat up Mazda truck with no AC, no heat. Yeah. I mean, scrambling just to be able to eat. He would actually eat lunch at the school. He was that broke. And this was a high school basketball coach. Hey, coach, barely making it. Now he's making six figures easily, high six figures a month, residually. And so I've been able to see him progress. He taught me how to be a good husband, a good father, and just a good person, a good man. And so I've been able to just sit down and walk with him. And whenever I have a good deal that comes about from a private equity standpoint, I say, hey, coach, I still call him coach. Hey, coach, can I come by? I come by his big old estate, and we'll sit down and talk about it. He'll say, Dale, do it or don't do it.
So is it important, would you also call him like a mentor as well?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's up, y'all? I'm standing in the middle of the street and I'm willing to risk it all because I want you to grow, whether through paid or organic measures. Over the next 5 days, the Audience Growth Challenge, we're going to be teaching you podcast guesting strategies, video marketing strategies, social media predictable viral creation strategies, the power of radio and digital PR. And these strategies are what you need to grow your business over the next 4, 6, 9, even 12 months to skyrocket your success. So if you want to join the challenge, all you got to do is click the link below and join the Audience Growth Challenge and join it as a VIP. Let's get it.
So do you find it's important for people to have mentorships?
You have to. Mentors are good. So I would say this, I said before I said that, wisdom comes in two different ways. It's either borrowed knowledge, someone teaching you a mentor, and or the process. Now, wisdom is balancing those two. And so for me, I like mentors because a mentor could tell you where to go, where not to go. They see things that you cannot see because they've been there already.
They've been already, yeah.
And so that's why I love Presley and other people. Matt Sapala, other guys I've talked to as well. He and I kind of walk together as well also. There's good mentors to be able to let you know, don't go there or do this and do that, which should be fine. And likewise, I give them counsel as well also. It says iron sharpening iron.
We talked about a lot of your successes thus far in business in a few categories. What do you feel like was some of the harder lessons that you learned along the way?
Let me say, all money ain't good money.
All money ain't good money.
Yeah.
So give us an example on that.
In real estate at times, specifically when you begin to buy multi-million type of transactions, those numbers look really good. And what happens is when you look at those numbers, a lot of times, it can be very enticing to kind of skip some stuff to get to the bag. There was one transaction that I actually did that I did not follow that protocol.
So you skipped some steps.
Skip some steps.
Yeah.
And I got the bag, but then that bag cost me as well also. So that taught me never forsake going through the process of vetting a deal. Underwrite the deal the exact same way. And if you don't know, invite some counsel in. Say, what am I missing here? This looks too good to be true. Is this real or not? And they'll let you know in a second.
Does that also go for certain clients that you may work with, or
it does
potentially work with? I would say.
Yeah, I'm very selective on who I allow to speak into my life and I partner with, because faith comes by hearing.
Mm-hmm.
And so if what I'm hearing is not fruitful, it's going to wound me somewhere.
Yeah.
And so when someone is referred to me, I'll look at them for a long period of time, ask about them as well. Like, for instance, guys, me and Brandon actually met online.
Yeah, no, we did, for sure.
I watched you for about a year and a half.
Hey, yo, it's crazy when you really think about that. It's been about that time. And that's how fast, like, online can go.
Quick, for a year and a half, I just saw excellence, details, and you were really easy to get to give out wisdom. I mean, for free.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, willingly. And I'm like, wait a minute, this cat is giving out all this wisdom for free, and I'm seeing him execute. I'm like, and his execution is flawless. But you were always saying, hey, I'm looking to learn more. I saw you get in a little bit with Myron Golden. I was like, I know Myron. That's my dude, man.
Yeah.
And so when I began to see that, I said, all right, I can sit down and chopper with this cat. We good.
Yeah. So recently, as we are furthering our relationship, we talked a little bit, and you presented me with some information about a new company that you acquired, right?
Yeah, it's a company called American Rounds. It's the first AI-powered unattended retail machine, or in other words, it's an AI-powered vending machine.
So I gotta be honest, man. So when I'm reading this, and you share some videos with me, right?
Yeah.
I'm understanding what's going on here. I'm like, this can only happen in the South. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this can only happen in the South.
Yeah.
And if you guys haven't heard of American Rounds, let me just explain it from my vantage point, because obviously from your vantage point.
Do you think?
It's you said AI power, but basically it's a vending machines.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess like grocery stores or just big like mass shopping areas.
Yeah.
Where they make it very convenient.
They do.
If you have a firearm, for you to go pick up ammo.
Sure.
Without having to go to further places, stand in line, travel. Very convenient.
Yes.
And then you guys have a protocol where you can't just go get the ammo.
Yeah.
It's checks and balances.
Oh yeah.
Right. You got to check the ID. Make sure the person, it is who they say it is. But that happens pretty quick.
It does.
Right? Because of technology.
Sure.
And then you get your ammo and then you gone.
You're out.
Right? So this company, I feel like, well, first of all, the product is crazy. to imagine that you can now purchase ammo as conveniently as going to, let's say, Kroger's.
Yeah.
Walmart or something.
Yeah.
Wherever the vending machines are.
Yeah.
Go there, pick up some ammo, and you're on your way.
Yeah.
Right? It's kind of like pre-Netflix when they had the Redbox.
Yes, sir.
Remember the Redbox?
Yeah, I remember that. Bro.
Yeah, so it's like Redbox for ammo.
Yes, sir.
Right? So talk about this opportunity. How did this opportunity come into fruition?
Okay.
And how did you identify this as like a good place to go?
Good question. I get a phone call from the CEO, Grant Majors. Grant Majors actually ran my campaign.
Okay.
When I actually was running for public office. And he said, Dale, I got a deal to run by you. And I was like, what's the deal, brother? And he said, man, I get pissed every day. I don't got time. Dale, come on. So I said, come by the house. He came by the house and he said, man, he showed me this AI-powered vending machine. I was like, what? I said, okay. And the machine was sick.
No, it looks really attractive. It's pretty good.
And I was like, okay. I said, let me make some phone calls. And so how it came to him and us, it was the 4 largest independently owned urban grocery stores.
Okay.
Reached out to us and said, hey guys, we queried our consumers. And they asked us, and we asked them, said, hey, if you guys could actually purchase ammo safely here at the grocery store, would you be okay with it?
So I was the idea that they had.
Yes, idea that they had.
So they were doing some polling.
Yes. And of course the consumer said, hell yeah, let's do it. And so they said, okay. And so they reached out to us, and I just said, hey guys, it's your grocery store. Why you need me for? They said, well, we're in the grocery business, not in the ammo business. I said, I got it. No problem with it at all. Because a lot of the consumers were traveling 300, 400, and 500 miles away just to buy ammo. It's inconvenient for them. I said, okay, cool. And so I don't know that much about ammo. I'm a business guy.
Yeah.
But I reached out to, because Grant knew about it as well, Grant Majors. James Case was a partner as well also. Lauren Song, another partner. And also Matt Sapala. And also my good friend Jason Hanna. And I called Matt because Matt is he's a Marine.
Yeah.
And so I said, Matt, this is an idea, man. I don't know, man. Should I do it, brother? He said, LaDale, what do you need to see for you not to invest?
That's a great question.
And I was like, I don't know anything about ammo. He said, do you have a team around you? I said, yeah. He said, make the investment. So I made the investment. Again, wise counsel.
Yeah.
And man, it's just taking off, man. We're starting an additional 4 machines next week in Oklahoma. We have 2 already in Alabama.
Yeah.
We have 18 in the next 60 days in the state of Texas as well also. And we have 60 by the end of this year. We'll go again at 300 by next year.
What's the downside, man? Because, is it making it too convenient for consumers to acquire ammo?
Well,
or what do you feel like the downside would be?
I don't see the downside because of the fact that when you walk into the machine, it's like, for instance, if it's you.
Yeah.
Walk into the machine and you say, hey, I want to buy ammo. You can click on it, I want to buy ammo. Then it says, are you 21 years old? You have to click yes. They go through a little disclaimer, and they say, then you click continue, and then you pick your ammo. No problem with it all. Then they ask you again, Brandon, are you 21 years old? So again, yes. It says, put in your driver's license. You scan it up in it. It says you look up, and it scans your face.
So it gives you biometrics.
Yeah, biometrics as well to make sure that the person on the driver's license is the person buying the ammo. Then what happens is it says confirmed, and then it gives to you. It's the same technology that the TSA uses at the airport, the same technology.
Yeah.
So what is the downside? I don't see a big downside because how ammo is actually purchased now, it's just on the shelf. You walk in like candy, get it, wow. It's like candy. And a lot of stores, what they're doing is they're having trouble with a lot of theft. People coming in, opening boxes, taking 1 or 2 ammo, and then walking out. There's no way to really track that.
Yeah.
And the lion's share of the income comes from acquiring firearms. So if you walk into a Cabela's or a Dick's, and you go into that area, sporting goods area, you'll see the lion's share of the action is at the table, people actually buying firearms.
So you feel like it's more safe then?
A lot more safe. Yes. We're solving a lot of problems, yeah.
Yeah, because in that way, the machine's able to double check, triple check who the person is that's making the purchase, and then it's capturing the data. So if there is an issue, they know. Yes,
and by law, we have to collect that data.
Yeah.
So if there's any issue, they can come and say, hey, did this person buy it? You sure here it is. We don't sell it at all. It's just by law, we have to have that data.
You have to hold it.
Gotta have to hold on to it, Gotcha.
So what was it about that deal that you felt was a great investment? Because obviously you said wise counsel.
Sure.
But let's kind of think about like what it is. Like, was it cost? Was it the technology? Because I feel like technology is really fire, right? So was it technology? Was it a combination of both? Was it the convenience, the aggressiveness of the the direction of
well, it was
company?
First to market.
Okay.
One. Of course, technology. Number 2, the safety of it. Because it's solving a problem, making someone's life better. Business is about making someone's life better, so making someone's life better. And number 4, the logistics behind it. People don't understand that the biggest part, people look at Amazon, the app, you can buy easily, but one of the biggest factors in their evaluation is their logistics.
Yeah.
The delivery. So I just said, what in the world? So we began studying Amazon's logistical technology in their program. They deliver better than the U.S. Postal Service, UPS, and FedEx combined.
Yeah, that's facts.
That's fire. I said, wait a minute, I'm seeing a different income stream here as well also, as far as valuation. So when I said that, I said, this is kind of like a Microsoft, Apple type of situation to where we're first to market. We expect to be probably offered to be bought out in the next 24 months.
Yeah.
Probably gonna say no, because I see this as a legacy play, not so much as a quick cash play. That makes sense.
So you mentioned first in market, so I think about like Tesla.
Mhm.
So one of the things I think that enabled Tesla to really stand out, kind of get this lead, even when they did an open source patent,
For sure.
it's because they installed like the network.
Yeah.
So they had, like if you look on the maps, if you have a Tesla, if you just researching, you're gonna see they have the most charging stations.
Yeah.
So it's gonna give you that confidence that, hey, if I get this car, worst case scenario, I'll be able to find, place to charge it.
Correct.
So being first to market in this particular space, what do you feel like some of your advantages are?
Well, one of the advantages is, I believe the big box stores, Cabela's, Dick's, and some other big box stores are making the pivot to where they are trying to find a more effective way to sell ammo without it being on the counters.
Gotcha.
And so we maybe even see a partnership when it comes to that with them, to where we have 4 or 5 machines there.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes some sense. So for us, it was more of being the first to the market, but also being able to say, hey, big box stores, we have a solution for you. Let's talk business. We're looking at a partnership with, of course, them potentially, any gun range as well. Also, we're looking at a lot of those different partnerships because we're literally solving a problem of theft, and also people going in and buying ammo that shouldn't be buying ammo themselves. That makes some sense.
Do you feel like American rounds can expand to other parts of the country, or is it going to be predominantly like in the southern states?
I think we can. Do I think we get some political pushback a little bit?
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit because of the lack of knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
This gives us an opportunity to sit down and say, hey,
And
Mr.
educate.
Politician,
Yeah.
educate, this is how we're solving the problem to make it easy, make it actually more efficient and more secure, for that you feel better as a politician, as well as the consumer feels better as well, to where the white people actually have access to the ammo versus you going into a big box store and just going to pick it up like candy.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
So you mentioned politics a second ago, and you did run recently,
I
right?
did. 2020.
A couple years ago.
I did.
So what was that journey like? And, what was attractive about you potentially, having a spot, running for office and stuff like that?
Well, in the government, typically government is not really ran well. It's not ran like a corporation or a company.
That's a fact.
And that's a big problem.
Yeah.
And so for me, I have two girls, 15 and 11, and I saw where the country and the state were going from a fiscal standpoint. I said, I got to step in and at least give some counsel there and help make some decisions. And so I thought it was wise for me to actually go ahead and run for it. I ran for Texas House District 70. Very interesting type of thing. There's a lot of selling, a lot of BSing as well.
Pontification.
Yeah, all that stuff, man. And I'm a straight shooter. Give me the facts. Let me know what it is. I can't prescribe the right solution with you without understanding the entire situation. A lot of voters typically look at politicians to solve their problems. That's the wrong point of view.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like I say each district is kind of a board of directors, right? And all the constituents or the voters are on that board for that district. You're sending somebody to the state or to Washington to act on your behalf of the board themselves. And what should happen is, hey, every week or every 2 weeks or every month, the board comes together. What you're seeing, what's going on.
Yeah. Run
it like a company to where this is what we think is right. Let's move forward that way. But you have a lot of politicians doing their own thing, which is going against what the voters wanted. That's the natural conflict there, and divided house cannot stand.
Yeah.
And so I was always thinking of, like, how can we come together to prescribe the right solution, no matter what the problem is.
You feel like it's realistic though? Like I guess nowadays, right? Is it realistic for, let's say, residents in the community to connect with their, local government to actually have problems solved? Or do you feel like it's so far gone? Because I feel like when you look at like the government standpoint, if we're looking at the president,
for sure,
like the president feel like, he come through, do a song and dance every couple of years to get galvanized.
Pandering.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, 100%. And then get the vote.
Sure.
And then you out. You know what I'm saying? So are we too kind of far advanced in the way that society operates right now, where it's like traditionally how, maybe government used to run, like when the country first started, does it matter? You know what I mean? Does it make a difference? Can problems really be solved? Because I live in LA, bro. Right? I live in LA. I've been in LA for like almost 6 years.
Yeah.
Right? So I moved there. I didn't see my first like street cleaning truck, I think at least a year or two.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
There's trash everywhere, human feces, dogs is doing what they doing. You know what I'm saying? There is a huge homelessness problem.
Sure.
Right? But I'm not a native Californian.
Sure.
But I've been there, right? You go downtown LA, it's crazy. It's if I had, I'm not in a relationship right now, but if I had a girl, wife, and I lived there, I wouldn't feel safe for her walking at 8 p.m. in some areas. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So living in California, it doesn't seem like things is happening. They taking the taxes is crazy.
Yeah, the tax is crazy.
Right? They gonna hit you with this. They gonna hit you with the parking tickets and all these other fines and taxes that they can get you.
Sir.
So it don't look like those funds are going to making it better. So I guess that's my question. Like, can local residents and politicians coexist to actually make a change, or politicians really just looking for the bag and residents out? They out of bag.
I'll answer that question this way. There's a reason why politicians just pander. Because of the fact that people want their ears tickled. They don't want the solution.
So they're giving them what they want.
Exactly. They want to feel like there's something's being done, but something's been done. Not actually to do the work. Until you begin to really apply the pressure to said politician to really do some efficient work, there will be no change at all. And that really begins on the vetting of the candidate. That's why when it came, people asked me, what are you looking for when it comes to candidate? Two things. Can you read the income statement and balance sheet? If the answer is no, get out of the way. You have any real world experience in the business realm?
Yeah.
Have you created jobs? If the answer is no, get out of the way. Because we don't have time for on-the-job training. No. Most politicians, if you notice that, I think 93% of politicians are attorneys.
Yeah. No, it's facts.
Attorneys.
Yeah.
Very few of them were business owners.
Business people, yeah.
Now they'll say, well, I ran a practice. No, you didn't. You were a named partner. You were not the one that actually founded the law firm and ran it. Did you pay payroll? Did you pay payroll taxes?
Yeah.
Did you run it? Did you build a company? Most of them just say it, which means they can pander to you. Pandering got you this far.
Yeah.
And you're still complaining. So is pandering working? No, it's not. So if you're not willing to change the vetting process for your candidates, stop complaining.
Yeah.
You're gonna get the same garbage, period. For instance, I'll go here. Some people don't like Donald Trump. Don't like him. And I tell everybody, I said, you may not like the CEO of Coke too.
Yeah.
Pepsi too. You should buy their stock.
Yeah.
Yep. So now what? So my thing is, what policies are put in place, whether it be Trump or Biden or anyone else who's going to be running, that's going to progress the country forward to solving problems.
Yeah.
Not prolonging problems, solving the problems.
Actually solving problems, yeah.
Typically, a lot of politicians just put stuff out there, man, just to prolong the problem. They're really good at manufacturing problems and then prescribing solutions to the manufactured problems, which just prolongs that same problem.
Yeah.
What it is, it's a big grift.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. So the people basically need to come together and they need to apply some pressure.
That's it.
To get a result. Yeah.
Just learn how to vet. They work for you. You're not serving them. They work for you. You can go I reached out to a local mayor here, very popular mayor. I didn't meet with you. He got back with me in 48 hours. Let's meet. Why? You work for me, big dog. I'm paying your salary. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to politicians, whether it be federal, county, state, local, one of the good politicians down here, he's the county judge, Chris Hill. That's my dude, man. I've never seen someone that he makes a lot of money doing what he's doing, but he'll sit down and say, hey, Dad, what questions you got about this bill?
Yeah.
And he said, I'm with me one-on-one and talk about the bill. And we go back and forth. I'm like, that person I can get behind. Transparent. Hey, Dad, I don't agree with you here, man. No, what about this here? So we go back and forth. One of the guys, he's my current representative in the U.S., Keith Self. Good guy. He's a former county judge down here. He got elected in 2022, right? And he's running for re-election against one of my good friends, Suzanne Hart. It's going to be a very interesting type of race because Suzanne is a business lady and she's very smart. So is Keith.
Yeah.
Keith has name recognition as well. Keith is famous here. And so initially when Keith was running, he was getting interviewed by a local place here. And he gave an answer on inflation. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, this don't make no sense. So I'm like, yo, Keith, we gotta sit down and chop it up, big dog. And so he went back, studied, and came back. I was wrong, Keith, Dale, no problem. This is how we're gonna solve this problem. So he and I, at one of his events, we negotiated back and forth on the deal. So if you're wanting to get the president to change something, how can you get that done?
Yeah.
He said, well, Dale, I'm in the legislative branch. He gave me a civic lesson. He said, I can only change something when they pass a bill or law. The executive branch has a lot of power. He can just do a straight executive order. I don't have that power. So I said, okay, what you willing to give up? So what you willing to give up? Let's negotiate. It was back and forth. After we got done, his wife said, so when you gonna run again? Because we need your thinking in government. So, and it's just me just being a businessman and negotiating. What you willing to give up?
Being available.
Being available, man. How can we make things, like for instance, if you and I negotiate, I'm saying, all right, man, this is what I want. You're gonna say, okay, this is what I want.
Yeah.
Well, what are we willing to give up? Let's come to a consistency here. I'm negotiating a big international deal right now. Huge deal. It's a 10-figure deal. That's my deal.
Yeah.
And we're going back and forth with banks, with the seller, and we actually have a almost agreement in principle. We have to go give it take back and forth. But a lot of the stuff that I got, without me, there'd be no deal. So I got a lot on my side.
Yeah. A lot of leverage.
A lot of leverage.
Yeah.
But I didn't wield it. I said, okay, I want to be sensitive to what you need to. Let's come to an agreement here. And I always say, when I was running for it, in one of the debates, Brendan, they were talking about passing universal health care.
Yeah.
And I just raised my hand. I said, who gonna pay for it? Got quiet in the room. So this confirms for me that you guys know nothing about income statement and balance sheets. Who's going to pay for it? If this is thinking in government, we are in trouble. We're in trouble because you guys can't read a financial statement. You should be nowhere near $1 billion, $1 trillion, hell, $1. Because you know how to build it. I would say, Brandon, I vote for you, big dog. Yeah. Why? You can read the income statement and balance sheet. You can do it.
Yeah.
These fools can't do it.
Yeah.
A lot of them can't.
That's
Some
crazy.
can.
Yeah.
Some cannot.
Hey, listen, if you're looking to grow your podcast business or you're looking to leverage podcasts to grow your business, you want to tap in to the Podcast to Profits Academy. We're going to teach you exactly what it takes for you to get more exposure to grow and scale your business or leverage podcasts so you can do more revenue. What you want to do is head over to podcast2profits.com and apply to work with me and a member of my team. What do you feel like some of the foundational principles that enabled you to become successful that you still use now?
Being quick to hear, slow to speak.
Quick to hear,
slow to speak. For me, I learn more when I'm listening. I don't mind being the dumbest person in the room. I love those areas. Because a lot of the rooms that I go into, I'm a smart person, so they ask me for my opinion a lot of times. So for me, being able to sit back and just chill in the cut and just listen, understand it, and then when it's time for me to talk, then I'll talk. A lot of people love to hear their voice.
Hear their voice, yeah.
And I said, that's dangerous because then you fall in love with your own opinion. When that actually happens, you will be deceived because you are the end all be all. Period. When it comes to this digital space, guys, I consult with Brandon all the time. Hey man, how we do this, bro? Why? He knows his space better than I do. Who bid for me to come in and say, I know what I'm doing?
Yeah.
I ain't made a dime doing it, man. But this dude's made 6 figures, probably even 7 figures doing this. So I need to sit this man's feet and say, man, how you do this? And I'm going to honor this man with currency for his time. Black people, stop asking for the hookup. Stop. You're dishonoring someone that you're asking for time with.
Yeah.
Honor the person with currency.
I agree. I do that all the time.
Yeah.
I do that all the time. Like, even my own clients, like, let's say I have them launch their first digital product. I'm normally the first person to buy it. I'm like, yo, get the link out. Let's get the link out, right?
Let's get them.
Bang. So listen, see that person you just got? Yeah. You wouldn't have got it if you won't put the link out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, more so it's coming back around. You got to understand it's going to come back around, but you know, like that momentum that's being created, it goes a long way.
Yeah. It does, man. I enjoy business, man, because I get to meet a lot of people. I mean, a lot of people that people see on TV, I'm in those rooms. And to sit down and talking to them, man, and just glean wisdom from them, asking them questions. And I always honored him. Said, man, how can I assist you? I was interacting with Patrick David when he first was coming out with Valuetainment, when he was building up that whole media empire. And I've listened to his videos for a long period of time. And I said, Patrick, man, you've given a lot to people for free. How can I serve you? He said, let me think about it. He said, come to the vault.
Oh, the vault event.
Yeah. I want you to vote. You know how much it costs to go to that vote? $13,000.
Yeah, I was gonna say like 10 grand, something like that.
15,000 total. And so, here you go. But guess who was in that room? Robert Kiyosaki, Chad Palminteri, Anthony Fastow, who was that? He's the former CFO of the MCI WorldCom. He was in jail for fraud. I learned so much from that man.
Yeah.
Very successful entrepreneurs. That's where I met Matt Zapala at.
Talk about that real quick, right? Because I picked up on two things there.
Okay.
One, you asked him how could you serve, right?
Yeah.
How, what can you do? Because he put out so much value,
For sure.
right? And then you were willing to put some currency there.
Yes.
Right. So why was that important? And why did you see that as an area to flow currency through? And then once you get in that space, the opportunities out of there.
Well, I was looking to solve a problem of our internal processing. I wanted to go from A to B as fast and efficiently as possible. Patrick has done that very well when it comes to PHP and Valuetainment and Bet David Consulting. Extremely well when it comes to processing. So I just said, man, I need to learn this. And so when he gave that opportunity, I just said, let me get in these rooms, man. It just so happened that Kiyosaki was there. And just to be down, sit down and listen to this man talk about the economy, how he thinks. And I've read all things that Robert Kiyosaki. All his books, I'm a disciple of that dude. Disciple of it. So that was kind of a dream for me as well also. Chaz Palminteri, he's one of the best actors on Broadway. I mean, he did a whole production, a Broadway production by himself. Just him. And he killed it. Anthony Fastow, to understand how he said, don't make these mistakes, because this will cost you. It cost me going to prison. He came and showed us his federal card of him actually going into prison. And he read it out. He said how that actually made him feel. I met a lot of other people as well, but the biggest thing that I actually met is other entrepreneurs there. And I noticed that out of all of the attendees to the vault, 70% of them were in real estate. And most of them were mortgage brokers, realtors. Probably 1% of them were true real estate investors. And the problems they were talking about, I went through 5 years ago.
Got you. Yeah. So you was able to add a lot of value.
Right there. So we had, I was there for 4 days. I got 4 hours of sleep per day.
Makes sense.
And I was so tired. I got pitched 25 times for deals, 25 times. After the event was over, right? Everybody came up to my suite. We had a post conference there. People just asked me a whole bunch of questions. My whole place was full. Just asking questions. And then I got to go, of course, to Patrick's house, which was great. We had a good time there. I met a lot of people there also. So it was pretty cool to say, okay, all right, Lord. I've been through a lot of these problems. So I was able to get wise counsel there and also receive counsel too.
And that's why it's valuable to be in those rooms and to invest.
Proximity is power. Who are you around? If you show me your network, I'll show you your future.
100%.
It's real simple.
So LaDale, 2024, right? It's presidential year. Right? Normally during presidential years, the economy fluctuates. Heavily, right? Apple just released his VR thing, right? So that means AI and VR is being more concentrated, right? You got all this deep fake technology, right? A lot of online scams, right? A lot of people are just afraid right now, right? I feel like fear is starting to brew, right? Inflation's high. So this season, if you're a startup entrepreneur or if you're an entrepreneur looking to grow your business, or maybe you're someone that's 9 to 5 and maybe you want to get a secondary income, right? Because you don't want to just rely on the corporate income. What do you feel like people should prepare for? Maybe study, maybe some energy for them to get around, because I feel like now, it's not COVID time, but we're entering a different type of economic energy, right? Different time, economic time.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of changes by the end of the year.
So now you're talking about you're talking about what should people be looking at to
safeguard.
Sure.
So they don't, let's say be taken advantage of by,
Got you.
Inflation even going higher or, bills increasing.
Sure. I would say more than ever, people need a side hustle.
Side hustle.
Need that.
Yeah.
But learn how to turn a side hustle into an enterprise, right? Don't create a job, create an enterprise so people can plug and play into it. I think the top 3 business models on the planet are the following. Number 1, of course, I'm gonna say real estate, because real estate is a tangible asset.
But from what I guess because real estate is very vast. You can do a lot, right? I feel like most people thinking about real estate think about just being an agent.
Sure.
So like what specifically?
I'm talking about being a real estate investor.
Investor. Got you.
You actually investing in real estate. Right now, real estate agents and mortgage brokers are really not doing a lot in that industry right now because they're getting killed right now. Because there's low supply on the market, so they can't sell anything or originate loans a lot of times. Rates are too high. There's not enough supply as well, and prices are coming down.
Yeah.
As long days on the market. So I would say real estate, in other words, you become a real estate investor. That can be done in a variety of different ways. Why I say real estate? Because it's tangible. It can't be duplicated or manipulated at all. If you buy right with the right wise counsel, you can make a lot of money. That's number 1. Number 2, it's going to be financial services. Financial services creates more millionaires than any industry on the planet.
So we're talking about like insurance?
Life insurance.
Yeah.
Life insurance. The reason why is because people have a 401k, IRA, Roth IRA, 403b, and they move that money over from those over to annuities, over into life insurance. You can make a significant amount of income doing that. For instance, my good friend Matt Zapala nets $2 million a year. Easy in that. So they create more millionaires than anyone else as well. Number 3, network marketing. That's probably the easiest thing to get into.
But that's the one that they say is always a scam, though.
And I'll say, really tell me how.
Yeah, that's like the narrative.
I know it's the narrative.
Yeah, it's the narrative.
Well, my rich dad makes $500,000-$600,000 a month in network marketing. That's residual. That network marketing is probably the fairest business model on the planet because you can be sponsored by somebody, outperform them, and make more money than your sponsor.
Yeah, facts.
That's called being fair. Now, people say it's a pyramid scheme. Really? And they talk about the structure of it. I said, okay, then let's look at your corporate structure. That's your job.
Yeah.
Well, does the janitor make more than the CEO? No. What about the manager make more than the CFO? No. So that's a pyramid. But you're okay with that one, though?
Yeah.
You're okay with that one. But when it comes to network marketing, because of the fact that, yes, people have done a bad job in the past at really pitching it, they really have. That's why I respect Presley, is because he did it the right way. That's why good mentorship, wise counsel is so pivotal, because you get under someone like a Presley or Randy Hedge or Halton Buggs as well, also my cousin as well, to where, I've seen people making millions of dollars a month.
Yeah. Bob Proctor talked a lot about network marketing. Yeah, back in the day, yeah.
It's just, man, it's the fairest business model because it evens the playing field and it teaches you business skills, right? Business skills brings the currency because you're presenting value. So I would plug into a system, whether it be network marketing, whether it be financial services or real estate, that teaches you business skills so you can go out and then expand your business, your enterprise, right?
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
And when you throw in the internet, learn about digital products, you can marry the two.
Ooh.
And then you can move a little bit faster.
That's when you bring on somebody like Brandon.
Yeah.
I say, hey man, how monetize this thing?
Yeah, cause I think about, like, when I was in real estate, or if I was getting into real estate right now, I'll just give away something for free.
Every time.
I would have a channel. I would build these relationships. I had a conversation with someone maybe like 2 weeks ago that was in real estate, and we was talking about, the average realtor might make, let's say $50,000-$60,000 a year.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I did this too when I was an agent, right?
Yeah.
You'll close on the deal, and that relationship that you spent 3, 4, 5 months developing,
for sure,
it just ends. You don't even,
Yeah.
right? The real estate agents that keep the relationships, they do better.
Yeah.
Obviously. But think about this, if, like, you know, if I helped you close on a house, right? I'm an agent, help you close on a house. You and I have been rocking for 4, 5, 6 months.
Yeah.
Right? There's a no like trust there. You might just be hitting me up like, what you got going on this weekend, right? But what else are you gonna need? Like, obviously, you need a home or you need to sell the home.
Sure.
But what else does that home need? What else do you need? You might need a roof at some point, right? Might need windows, plumbing, electrical, solar, landscaping. You know what I'm saying? Hardscaping. Life insurance. Right? These are all mobile car wash.
Oh, yes.
These are all different types of relationships that an agent can acquire.
Correct.
Right? And you can continue to serve your customer. They could be a customer forever, right? And they'll be the go-to.
Exactly. That's what Matt Sapolo's doing with his life insurance agency. Is he has a lot of mortgage brokers and realtors coming to him, and he said, hey, add this to your tool belt.
Yeah. 100%.
Add to your tool belt.
Yeah.
That's it. So people will be able to write insurance policies for people, which is great. And they'll say, hey, you have a house? Hey, I'm trying to sell my house too. Oh, no problem. So now you've made 2 commissions.
100%.
Very quickly. And these commissions are being anywhere from $2,000 to $20,000, $30,000. And that's changing somebody's life.
And then you take it online.
Oh my
right?
God.
You start your channel. Hey, listen, if you're buying a home, boom, top 5 things to think about after the purchase.
Correct.
You know, I'm sitting right here with LaDale. He's an expert in, investing.
Sure.
So as you acquire, you can pull equity out. Get with LaDale. Maybe you can invest that and get a second home. Now this new home can pay for the first home, right? And you just start putting that information out.
Right.
Use all these platforms. You'll be a category king or queen in your city, town.
I can give you 2 examples. One in real estate and then one in network marketing. In real estate, what we're about to roll out is something called the Cash Flow Club. And what that is it's a small knit community of individuals that are active in real estate.
Yeah.
But they are asking us for counsel when it comes to training. I just said, hey, my time is limited, but what if we ask something for you on demand? So you can log in anytime you want to go get training. Matter of fact, I'm gonna give away the first lesson to you for free, which is gonna be how to buy your first property in 90 days. For free. We talk about everything, make it easy as possible for you to walk through as well. Also, at the exact same time, I'm gonna teach you how to, in the course, how to locate your first deal but below wholesale deal. And also, if the deal makes sense, bring it to us, I'll fund it for you. And we'll profit split.
Yeah.
So what that costs you? $99.
Yeah.
That's it. So now you have a person that can bring you the money, the banker.
Yeah.
Wise counsel to have you put your company together as well as the deal together, right? And I've also counseled you on how to fund the deal. Where's the loss at?
No loss. The only loss is inaction.
That's it.
Not doing it.
That's it.
Because that $99 you're gonna waste anywhere.
That's it. In network marketing, and a company just rolled out something that's rivaling health insurance. And what's happening is they're saving people 80% on their health insurance, literally, with the same coverage. And this company's willing to pay 20% out residually per customer per month.
Yeah.
And they kill it.
You have to link me with them.
They kill it.
I'm gonna have to learn about that.
I said, what in the world? And so we're actually on it as well. I'm gonna test this out. Man, I use Presley. Presley, it was one interview, he actually introduced me to it. He was paying per month by himself $1,500 a month.
On insurance.
By himself. And his wife was paying, I think, $1,300 a month. They're paying $2,800 a month for Blue Cross Blue Shield. They switched over to this new provider, same coverage, same everything. $500 a month for them both.
It's crazy.
Sick. I just said, what in the world? We're paying for our entire family, me, $500 a month for all of us. Blue Cross Blue Shield for a family of 4, you're looking at about easy $2,000 easy. Easy. What that does is that solves a problem for the business.
100%.
There's no burden on the business at all, period. You take control of your health insurance, right? You get better coverage for a fraction of the cost, and you're paying for it.
Yeah.
Which means you take home more money on your paycheck.
Yeah.
It's real simple.
And it creates instant opportunity for savings, investing.
Yes.
You know, maybe you want to take the family on a trip.
Exactly.
Maybe you don't have an emergency fund. You got one now.
Got one now, man.
You know, when you look at it like that.
Put $1,500 back in your pocket per month. That's crazy. They are exploding right now.
Yeah.
It is crazy, man. So again, there's opportunities out there. You just have to take action.
Yeah.
Go out there and get it.
Solve those problems.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So I want to talk to you a little bit about the mindset though, right? Because obviously when you started your journey, It's not the same mindset you have now, and as you're starting to transition to continue to grow, what enables you to fuel your mindset, remove blind spots, you know what I'm saying, maybe evolve your paradigm? What are some of your go-tos?
Typically, I try to read for 10 minutes a day. And I did the math. If you do 10 minutes a day, 7 days a week, every month, that is equivalent to, I believe, 3.5 hours of credit hours at a 3.5 credit hours. I'm sorry, that's 3.5 years of a university, 12 months. So I said, wait a minute, just 10 hours a day? 10 minutes a day, I can do that. Easy while I'm driving somewhere.
Yeah.
And so I do that every single day. I love reading the Bible because of the fact that I believe in Romans 12, 1 and 2, which is transforming your mind, renewing of your mind. And there's a lot of business principles there as well that you can implement there as well also. So those are my two go-to things.
So are you doing 10 minutes of the Bible and 10 minutes of another book, or how
the
you?
Bible, it's about probably anywhere from 30 minutes, anywhere from 20 to 30 to 45 minutes a day.
So the Bible, 30, 45, and then you have another book you're doing like 10. So you're doing, let's say about an hour study. Okay.
Exactly. So my goal is to at least read, I think, because I like audible books. And so a typical book is about 2.5 hours. So I could probably read one book every 2 weeks. So to speak, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
So probably two books a month. And I love reading the Bible. I love chopping that thing, just chopping it up, chopping that thing up, man, and just having a good time there. And also, I'm trying to buy back my time.
Okay.
In other words, it's a guy by the name of Dan Martell. You're not spoken about him.
Actually, I just, after that live we did, I actually ordered one of his books.
He calls it Audit, Transfer, and Fill.
Audit, Transfer,
and Fill. Audit what you like and what you don't like, what you're good at, what you're not good at, right? And what you don't like, what you're not good at, transfer it to somebody else, right? And then fill that time with something else to work on the business, not in the business. And so I've learned a lot from him. He and I have been DMing back and forth as well also, which is good. Good teaching, good stuff. I've been able to apply what he's taught in the book already. And I've been able to cut my work hours down so much. But I've gotten more work done.
Yeah, I feel like you work less, you get more done.
Yeah.
You get more money.
Yeah. That's me.
Man, that's great. And then family, right?
I'm a big family man, brother. I have two little girls, 15 and 11, and one is going to begin driving next month. So pray for me on that one.
Are you going to get her a car?
Oh, she already has a car.
Okay.
She has one. And so I really want to invest that time with them. I was asked to run for 2 offices, one local and one national office. I said no to them all because my kids, my wife and my kids want more of my time. So I will never sacrifice time with them if I don't have to at all. Or if I do, I tell, hey guys, this is for a short period of time. Are you guys cool with it? That's it. I'm cool with it. No problem. And we'll figure out different ways for me to still pour into them as well. Because it doesn't make sense for me to give to the world and sacrifice my house.
No, 100%, yeah.
It doesn't make any sense at all.
Yeah.
And so have time with my wife. For me and my wife, we typically try to talk every night before we go to bed for about an hour. How was the day? Talk to them, what's going on in your world. For my kids, I try to get it in with them one-on-one, 10, 15 minutes a day. Because they teenagers, Dad, you ain't cool no more. I'm cool, but you're not really cool.
You only need like 5 minutes.
Yeah, about that, no problem with it. And that's fine. Yeah. I get in with them. I'm beginning to train my 11-year-old because she's in tennis now and cross country, so we spend a lot of time there also. So it's really investing those times with them because in 2 years, my 15-year-old should be out of the house. And my 11-year-old 7 years away. So I'm like, yeah, here we go. Here we go. So that's it, though.
So you feel like your family adds to your success?
Oh yeah, they're the reason that's who pushes me forward. It's my wife. I tell everybody my wife is my life. Gabrielle, my 15-year-old, she's my heir. Isabella is my mind, and we had a son which we lost. He was my heart.
Sorry to hear that.
It's all good. Yeah. It's all good. But I call my wife and my family. That's my life. That is my life, man. I love marriage, man. I love being a dad. I love all that.
Is your revenue stuck? If you're an entrepreneur and your revenue is stuck, you don't need to fix your products or services. You need new audiences to discover you more consistently. Podcast guesting is the ideal way to be discovered 24 hours a day by your ideal clients. And guess what? The more people that know you, the more people can flow you. Head over to podcastmasterypack.com podcastguestingstrategies.com and take advantage of your first or next podcast. Let's go.
What do you feel like the next transition for you in business is now? I mean, you talked about growing American rounds.
Sure.
Obviously, always looking for different opportunities.
Sure.
You're going to be helping entrepreneurs, right?
Sure.
Especially with this real estate group.
Sure.
Is there other areas you're looking to get into that you have yet to get into, or what are you thinking about?
I think that I may make a mark in the network marketing industry as well, also because that's easy to get into the real estate. And if I could assist you in getting the bag there, right, and you begin to increase your cash flow, it's easy for you to transfer over to real estate.
So making it easier pathway for people to invest in real estate.
I made a lot of my money in private equity and finance and real estate. So private equity through network marketing, through that cash is an easy way to get that done. That's how Presley did it as well also. So being able to do it that way, which is pretty good. And I'm really in love with creating opportunities for other people to plug and play into, because most individuals are not thinking of the worst case scenario. They're not. They're wanting to talk politicians and solve their problems, or they're just on Instagram or social media all day long. And I can tell everybody where the economy is going, guys, it's going to be a very rough 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
It really is.
Well, that's why I was asking you earlier about, like, what do you think people should do as we're kind of moving towards this year? So I think, you mentioned that side hustle. Like
The side hustle.
Yeah.
You're going to have to do that, man, because unfortunately the cost of goods is going to continue to go up because the government's not going to stop printing. So you're going to sit back and bitch and moan and complain, or are you going to counter move? So for me, I'm like, here's a counter move. It's a potential counter move. Do what you do there. If not, stop crying.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Well, what else do you feel like you want to leave the people with, Any books you recommend?
Good question. I would say here I give you probably 5 books.
Let's do it.
Number 1, I lived Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki.
Yeah.
That's a classic.
Do you reread books too?
Sometimes,
Okay.
I do. Number 2, Buy Back Your Time by Dan Martell. That's a good one. Number 3, I would say Be Do Have by Precious Swaggerty, my rich dad. 4, Faith Made Millionaire by Matt Sapala.
What's that one called?
Faith Made Millionaire.
Faith Made Millionaire.
Yeah. And then number 5, I would say The Grit Factor by Logan Stout. That's a good friend of mine, dude. Those are top 5. And I'll add a 6th one by Patrick David. Choose Your Enemies Wisely.
That's the newest one.
It's new.
You read that one already?
I'm reading it now.
Okay, cool. That one's good?
Yeah. Patrick, man, he's a rare breed.
Yeah.
He's a rare breed, man. He's one of the most methodical thinkers that I've ever met in my life. He and I kind of think the same, so to speak. People are like, man, I said, that's how my mind works. And so we got to see things coming before they come a lot of the times. But it's because we seek wise counsel. We have people around us help us make decisions, which is great. And so anything Patrick comes out with that makes some sense, I'll read it.
Yeah.
Good guy.
Yeah. And I see how we transition a lot just far like his content. Like he's spending a lot more time talking to like heads of state, political figures.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm making a pretty nice splash in the media areas too, through podcasting.
Yeah. I mean, you about to.
Yeah.
Look where we at, bro.
Yeah. But yeah, this is one of the studios, man. Yeah. And so really begin to brand out, to bridge out that media content and say, okay, how can we take whether it be a political issue, economic issue, or social issue, lean in, reason together, unpack it together, infuse wisdom into that thing, and prescribe the right solution. That's what I do.
It's important, man, because I feel like, and that's also, like, if you look at it from a business standpoint too, that's one of the things that kind of keeps a business, like, maybe, staying at where it is, like, with the revenue. Sure. It's not because you necessarily need to do something different. Sure. You just need to find more of your ideal, customer profile. They got to find you. You got to be more findable.
That's it. You constantly on that. You're like, Dale, you give out such good stuff, man. How can I find you?
Yeah.
I'm like, initially I was like, man, that's a good question. He's like, that's the problem.
Yeah.
We got to be able to find you. You, Patrick, Matt, even Presley are very good at finding them. You can find them fairly quickly. But also, you're really good at what I call those autoresponders and text messages. You have a good back office to where you're always front of mind all the time. That's called the mastering of following up. But you have it on autopilot. I'm like, this is pretty cool. I said, I've been slipping here, man. Let me go ahead and get that right, bro. Get that right.
And with AI, a really good CRM, you could buy your time back,
Correct.
fill in those spots, and then still have people feel like you're getting them touches.
Correct.
So like now the things that we're kind of working on too with the automation is like adding in voice. So it's like, you send me a message, hey, what's going on? It's Brendan.
Yeah.
I saw that you did XYZ, excited to have you here.
Yeah.
Here's a free such and such.
Yeah.
There might be 7 seconds,
Yeah.
right? So adding in voice with the workflows and the automation.
That's great, man.
It's like, and with AI, you know, like now they have, a friend of mine sent me something, this might even be fire for you, for what you can be doing with the real estate group.
Yeah.
You could train an AI model to learn your patterns and it can become like an AI coach. So then it's like whatever questions people are asking in real time, the AI model will learn you
Yeah.
and then will respond as is you
Wow.
and give that value.
That's great, man.
Yeah.
I like that, man. I want to see that, brother.
Yeah.
I like that, man. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
I was just introduced to that a couple of days ago, so it's something I'm gonna mess around with. But you know, like that's crazy. I mean, if you think about it, have you seen? There was a couple of them. I think Joe Rogan had an interview, but it was like it wasn't a real interview. It was a whole AI. It was a deep fake.
Whoa.
Yeah. But it sounded like him, it looked like him.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that model learned his cadences. And obviously there's so much information out there, so you can feed it, so it kind of knows how he would.
How you do?
Yeah. So that's kind of fire for education.
It is.
I mean, you can use
dangerous
it for,
too.
you can use it for the doc side.
You can, bro.
We talk about from an educational standpoint.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you
From
can.
a scaling standpoint, for being able to serve.
Yeah.
Because nowadays it's like, okay, so yesterday, right? I actually a client has his new software.
Yeah.
And I was testing it out.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm like, okay, let me kind of like you. Let me spend some money. Let me get in and kind of see how it is.
Yeah.
Because if I'm gonna refer it to, I want to see how it works.
Yeah.
And I got to a point where I was stuck.
Yeah.
And it's probably because it's new, so it's like a little glitch.
Yeah.
But it's the weekend.
Yeah.
Right. So they got a chat box, but the chat box is just an accelerated AI.
Yeah.
So it's able to answer me, but it's not able to give me real answers. It can only give me what it has been programmed.
I got you.
So then I'm like, well, now you got a gap. So
Yeah,
you got 2 days of someone has to wait to get a response.
Yeah.
Because it's Friday.
Yeah.
They can't. I got to wait till Monday.
Yeah.
Right. So if you have a good AI model that can kind of learn your cadences, not just prompts, it can kind of bridge that gap, solve that problem. Or obviously you can hire a VA to kind of do the 24-hour stuff.
I
too.
like that, man.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. I do. Good stuff, man.
Yeah. I think AI is going to be, it's a great space to be moving forward, but if you learn, it's kind of like the same thing you talked about with solutions. If you learn like some of this tech, right? You're already gonna make yourself more valuable because you already know how many more people that are in your same category or maybe want to get into the category that don't even know that it exists.
Yeah. Yeah, I think AI is a great technology to normally use.
Yeah.
Of course, we're using it in American Rounds, which is great. But with any good technology, you have to have that wise counsel to be able to, the wisdom to be able to say, is this effective or not? But using it from an education standpoint, that is phenomenal.
Yeah.
That cuts time down so
fast,
much, man. You get a lot more. I think AI has allowed for humans to be humans.
Yeah.
To be more creative, man.
I agree.
I love that about AI.
Yeah.
If you use it the right way.
Yeah, you can't be afraid of technology because it's gonna be here. It's the same thing with the internet. Now look.
It'll be here. You're right, brother.
Social media. Now look. It's commonplace, right? It's commonplace.
It is, man.
So I'm in on this investments. You got any other investments outside like stocks, crypto?
I'm looking at crypto right now because of inflation, so to speak. But now the federal government has regulated crypto, so I got my attorney's looking at that. I don't really invest in any stocks at all. It's just nothing wrong with it at all. I like tangible stuff, which is fine. I buy gold and silver. We're a lot of silver, not to make money, but to hedge against inflation as well.
Yeah.
So I stick to tangible assets like gold and silver, real estate, and crypto at some time.
Yeah. Man, it's been great talking to you, bro.
Yeah, before we leave, man, you know, you can't come down to deep town, my town, man, without nothing, man. Hey, man, little gift from my partner, man. Here's some wine.
Oh, okay, word.
Man.
This is great.
This came from, my wife is from Del Rio, Texas. They have their own winery there.
What's your wife's name?
Her name is Cynthia.
Cynthia, I appreciate you. This is gonna be amazing.
For sure.
You know what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
Thank you so much.
And it's a old, it's a very old. They've been
So San Felipe del Rio is a place?
yes.
Okay. I got you.
But it's cool there, man. They love it, man. They have their own winery since 1825, man. It's
Since 1825.
yeah, it's long time. And also, we ain't done, baby. You know I can see without having this here, man. Y'all see that thing, man.
Ooh, look at that.
American rounds, man. We got that there. Or do you have the on the back too, man? That's all for you, man.
Bro, listen, you should have gave me an American Rounds hoodie. Because it's freezing in Dallas.
Hey, man,
You know what I'm saying?
What is, man? So I had to give you a little something.
Nah, this
something,
is dope. This is dope
yeah,
right here.
man. So yeah.
I'm definitely gonna rock this for sure,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Listen, you guys need to tap into American Rounds. We're gonna have a link below. And actually, you gave me a few videos.
For sure.
So we're gonna make sure there's a video in this episode so you guys can check out that commercial.
Yeah, man.
This is dope, man. So this is a company obviously that you talked about, you're owner of, people are gonna see way more of.
Oh yeah.
And you know, it's leading the space, right?
It is.
Right?
It is, man. First to market, man. Very proud of it, man. I call it our Microsoft company. Something.
Yeah, this is nice, man. So listen, you guys. It's been another episode of the On the Pursuit podcast. This is LaDale Buggs. Make sure you tap into him. He's doing some amazing things. Can we put the link below for the real estate group?
I got you, man. No problem. I got you. Yeah, I got
So
you.
if you guys want to tap into that, kind of be in wise counsel, learn more about real estate investing, you know, no matter where you are in your journey, there'll be a link there below. And is there anything else you want to leave with people, or how can they follow you?
You follow me on LaDale Buggs, my first and last name. It's real easy to find me on all platforms. I would say how I can leave you with is this here. You're always one decision away from changing your life, just one decision away. So take action. Don't be paralyzed by analysis. Just take action and keep fighting my man, Brandon.
Hey, man, appreciate you.
For sure, baby.
All right, you guys. See you on another episode.